Hi everyone, welcome back to TechWiseRahul. In this video, we are going to discuss what is Jenkins and how we can install Jenkins on any kind of virtual machine. It would be either Linux, Windows or Mac as an operating system. Now, let's answer our first question, that is, what is Jenkins? So Jenkins is a self-contained open source automation servers that can be used to automate all sort of tasks just like as building, testing, and delivering, or we can say that deploying a software. Let's answer our second question, that how we can install Jenkins. It can be installed through native system packages just like as Docker, or even run standalone on virtual machine. It would be either Linux, Windows or Mac. But there is a condition on that particular machine, JRE should be installed. So here JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. Let's proceed and do some hands-on lab for installation of Jenkins on GCP virtual machine. We will first install the Jenkins on GCP virtual machine, then we will try to access that particular Jenkins on our local host, which is having by default running on the port 8080. You can see here we are doing this setup on GCP virtual machine, so we need to enable a firewall to open a port for 8080 as well. In our lab, we will discuss how we can enable firewall for our requirement. Just like as for Jenkins, we need to enable firewall to open a port for 8080. Let's start and do the installation of Jenkins on our GCP virtual machine. We have already copied the gcloud command in our clipboard. Now we are going to paste that command in our terminal. So we will have a SSH communication or connection to our Jenkins master instance which we have created in our GCP. I have pasted that gcloud command in our terminal. So it's going to be authorized and make a connection to our GCP instances which we named as Jenkins master. As you can see here, we have already connected to our Jenkins master instance. So what we have to do, we are going to do this Jenkins installation with the help of Jenkins official documentations. You can see now I am on Jenkins official documentation page. We have to go to the deploy section. On my GCP virtual machine, I am running an Debian operating system. So I have chosen the Debian operating system for downloading the Jenkins package. We are going to follow the Jenkins official documentations for Jenkins installation. So what we have to do, we are going to run this command. So we are going to follow all these steps just like as first we are going to get the keys with the help of sudo wget, and then we are going to add the Jenkins apt repository entry. After updating our apt Jenkins repository, we are going to download the local package index. What does it mean local package index? It's going to be update our apt repository which is going to be installed. After updating our local package index, then finally we are going to install the Jenkins after installation of JRE. So we are going to run this command and we are going to install the Jenkins. See, now we are back on our terminal. So we are going to execute those commands which we have copied from the official documentation of the Jenkins page. So what we have to do, we are going to first get the keys. So I just copy the command and paste it here. The keys has been copied. Now what else we have to do? We are going to add a Jenkins apt repository entry. I just did the copy of that particular command and I just paste it in my terminal. Now we are going to update our local package index. So how we can do that? And after updating our local package index, we are going to install OpenJDK 17 as JRE or Java Runtime Environment, and after that we are going to install our Jenkins. So I just copy the command. Let me clear the screen. I'm going to paste it here, sudo apt-get update, and after it going to be installed JRE, and after JRE installation, it's going to install the Jenkins. So I just press yes. See here, it's downloading the packages from the local apt repository and it's going to install the Jenkins for us. So it will take hardly a minute to install the Jenkins on our virtual machines, which has a Debian as an operating system. So as we are doing this from scratch, I haven't skipped any of the steps. If you follow the same at your end, you are also going to get your Jenkins server running on your virtual machine, which has an either Mac or Linux as an operating system, or it would be have a Windows. So as you can see here, it's unpacking the Jenkins now, starting up the Jenkins. System link has been created just like as a service. Now, as you can see here, now we got our terminal. Now we are going to check the status of the Jenkins service. So how we can do that? What we have to do, let me first clear the screen. So sudo systemctl status and the Jenkins. So as for the Jenkins as a service, system link has been created. That's why I'm running this command. So as you can see here, it's showing as active and running. Now we are going to see this Jenkins server in our local host. That are we getting that particular link for UI, Jenkins UI or not? As you know that we are running on our GCP virtual machine, so we cannot run HTTP localhost colon 8080. 8080 is the default port for Jenkins server. Now we are going to open a Jenkins server on our browser to have a UI interface. So how we can do that? We have to copy the external IP for this particular Jenkins server and we have to paste it here, and we are going to pass the 8080 as a default port. As you can see on my screen, we have got our Jenkins UI. It seems that our Jenkins has been installed successfully on our virtual machine. To unlock this, what we have to go, for unlocking our Jenkins, where we have to go to set our initial admin password, we have to go into this directory. So I have already copied our initial admin password after going into this particular directory. So I just paste it here and we are going to the continue. And after going to the next, it's going to ask us to go here. It's asking to go with the install suggested plugin, or it's asking us to select the plugins to install. So I'm going with, as of now, for install suggested plugin. It's going to install the suggested plugin for ourselves. Wait for a few more minutes. It's going to be install all the suggested plugins on our Jenkins server. In my VPC, I have already enabled 8080 ports. So that's why it didn't ask us to enable that particular 8080 port. Let me show you. So what we have to do here, just select that and we are going to see the network details. Network details, as you can see here, the firewalls and route details. In the firewall, there is one firewall rules, which is VPC firewall rules. And for Jenkins, as we know that we need to enable 8080 ports. So as you can see here, as you can see on this page, 8080 port has been already enabled TCP, and you can see here TCP 8080 port is already enabled. That's why we have directly see our Jenkins UI after passing the external API colon 8080 port. Now back to our UI terminal, it asking us to create our first admin. So let me go with the random, that is Jenkins, and the password I just set it as random sum, and the same password, that is TechWiseRahul. Email address, I'm just going with default for now. Save and continue. So the Jenkins URL is going to be the same, the external IP and the colon 8080. And then just save and finish. After that, as you can see here, our Jenkins setup is ready and we can start using the Jenkins. We can create a test job. Thank you for watching till the last. If you encountered any issues or error while doing this setup for Jenkins installation at your end, please feel free to comment on this video so that we will try to resolve those issues. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.